There's absolutely no time to dilly nor dally today, you guys, because we have a lot of work that we got to do. Well, we don't have a lot. It's not that bad of work for me to do, but we're taking the EG back out of the STI. We're going to get it up on an engine stand. We're going to tear it down. We're going to get this engine sent back out to out front today. I also need to drain the E85 that's in the tank out, so that way, A, it doesn't get stagnant and stale in the STI, because the STI is probably going to be sitting for a little while, and I can use that E85 in the WRX, so that way I'm not having to buy more fuel. On top of that, the Evo is coming back over to the garage this weekend, so that way we can get the Evo working. Like I said, if I have the Evo here, I'm more inclined to work on it because I don't have to go to the shop itself to go work on the car. Now the Evo is it's getting wrapped up to the point where it shouldn't take us too long to get it running. I'm sure there's still some things that I'm missing here and there, but for the most part we should be able to knock it out here in the garage. We need to wrap it, we need to get it running, we need to get it tuned, we need to make power on it, we need to get break-in miles on it, we need to do all the things with the Evo. So let's start things off. Let me show you what we got going on with the STI. So with the STI, the motor is pretty much ready to be pulled at this point. We need to take the starter out, get the slide pin out, pull the clutch fork up and out, get this thing out, take the clutch flywheel off this thing, get it on an engine stand, pull the heads off, see the damage that we have to the cylinder head, because cylinder 2 did take the brunt of all the damage. This wire harness, I will probably pull this out before we take the STI over to the shop as well. So let's start tearing, well, we don't have to really tear it down, but let's get that starter out of here so that way I can disengage that clutch fork. At this point, motor's ready to come out, so I'm just gonna show this to you guys in real time. I've got everything disconnected. The pull pin for the clutch fork is disconnected. All the bell housing bolts are undone. The engine mounts are undone as well, so it should just be as easy as picking this thing up and dragging it out. The subframe, so I think it's just the clutch that's holding on now. Okay, nope, there it goes, it's free. This shit free. There it is. Here's the input shaft. Don't want to be riding on that, so we can slide this forward a little bit. Forgot how much room there is in this engine bay with no motor in it. Off in a star pattern too. The Loctite on these, so that's why they're coming out a little weird. There's our clutch. Oh my god, dude. Why are my flywheel bolts loose? I Loctited these down. Dude, they're all loose. What? That's not a good sign. I Loctited all of these down and all of my flywheel bolts are loose. Stronger Loctite maybe, I guess. I have a feeling this crankshaft's probably... Oh yeah, dude, this crankshaft is super bro, yeah, I'm gonna have to send a new crank down to Jeremy. This one's that sucks. It's whatever, at least I have a spare crank, but god damn, dude. Well, let's get the engine stand on here. See, there's all the water. There she is. I say we start on the cylinder head that had all the problems. What do you guys say? I say it's a pretty fine idea. This shit's going to piss oil and water everywhere. Alright guys, so we just got off the phone with Jeremy. He told us to inspect the oil pump gears because they're probably shattered. I'll show you what we found on this head here in a minute. From what Jeremy told me, it's repairable, so that's all that matters. I trust that man when it comes to putting these things together and doing machine work, so. It is a failure, but it's not a... Would you call this catastrophic? I wouldn't.
It's
they all out?
line.
They all out already?
Definitely borderline.
I wouldn't call it catastrophic, dude. Oh, okay. Well, no bolts backed out. Did we shatter the oil pump gears? Dun 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 dun.
No, they're broken.
Oh my god, dude. Yep, we broke the oil pump. Holy sh! Wow.
It doesn't pick up oil very well when it's in 15 fucking pieces.
Woo, baby!
Do you want me to make this into a necklace
Hey,
for
wait,
you?
I'm gonna take a picture on my phone real quick. Did you pull a piece out? I kind of want to have that as a trophy.
A trophy?
Yeah, would you not consider that a trophy? Bro, there's so many, how many pieces? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. That's supposed to be 3. That's supposed to be 2. That does make me a little sus that what we were hearing was probably the oil pump and not the actual engine. Like, I'm still gonna send the engine down to out front to have it gone through and whatnot, but that makes me think the clanking and whatnot. Well, the crank's obviously ways, so, you know.
No, dude, it's fine.
The bearings actually might be fine. How many pieces we got so far? 2? This is a memento.
This goes on the inside, so that's all fucked off.
This is a memento. Hey, the oil pump seal held up though. We didn't leak any oil.
I want this piece. Give me this piece.
Why do you want that piece?
Because it's
Dude, we broke the actual housing of the oil pump. Like the actual housing of the pump is broken.
You can't even get any of the other pieces.
How does the crank look on the front? Yeah, this crank is going to get repaired, and we're sending down my other crank, and we're gonna have it nitrated and swapped into this one. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure that cylinder head is just fine. From what Jeremy was telling me, the other head is salvageable. I haven't even shown you guys the damage on it yet. So, cylinder 2, the spark plug broke in the cylinder, just like on my Golf R. On top of that, this cam journal is pretty off. Jeremy said that they can probably repair it, so I'm not too worried about that. So, bro, I'm not calling it catastrophic failure. I mean, it sucked, but by no means am I gonna sit here and call this catastrophic.
I think it's pretty catastrophic.
Why do you call this catastrophic?
Well, it's a catastrophic oiling system failure.
Well, I mean, yeah, the oiling system failed.
And we haven't even taken the other shit off to see what...
Well, it's only the other head. I'm pretty sure the other head's fine, but we'll find out, so. You wanna help me pull off the other head real quick? All right, let's pull off the head, then we'll pull off the oil pan. How about that? The head doesn't take as long to pull off. Dude, it's fine.
There you go, you got 2 pieces.
Woo! So, damage report for you guys. Bright side, everything's fixable. From what Jeremy was saying, I sent him pictures. It all seems fixable. The cam journal, he's going to see what he can do. That one's a tough one. Like I said, if that head is scrap, he said he can fix the spark plug, no problem. If that head is scrap, then I do have that spare one I can send down there to be reported, have everything transferred from one head over to the other head. Short block, he said it's minimal damage at best. The crankshaft on there is probably screwed, so I have that other crank I'm sending down with this engine. So I just went to Office Depot with Melanie, picked up like 3 boxes, one for the head, one for the crank, and one for this engine. So let's get these things packed up. Let's get some shipping labels slapped on them. I don't think I'm going to make it to UPS tonight before they close, so I'm going to have to drop them off early in the morning, but let's go ahead and get them all packed up right now. Alright guys, my battery is literally about to die, but I've got the engine packed up and the new crankshaft packed up also. So I'm gonna get shipping labels made for these. I still have to pack the head, but I ran out of tape, so I'm gonna have to grab that in the morning. So let me get some labels made for this. We'll come back in the morning. We'll pack up our cylinder head back here and get that sent down to out front as well. So that way we can get the ball rolling on all this stuff. I just need to clean out all the oil and remove all the valve buckets out of here, but we're getting them sent out. All right, guys, so the heads and everything are already dropped off at UPS to go down to out front to get repaired. The engine, the short block, the cylinder head, and the crank. Now I do want to stop and say something before we like continue with this video. Is you guys like stop jumping to conclusions before you have all the information. Like I posted up that picture of the oil pump. I literally said it's not even the oil pump's fault. It's not the oil pump's fault. What happened? So let me explain the failure real quick. So after talking with Jeremy and Josh, what exactly happened is, well, there's a couple things that could have happened, but the flywheel bolts backed out. When the flywheel bolts back out, it allows the flywheel to move. When you have a moving flywheel that's like rotating around in a way it's not supposed to, it throws off engine harmonics. When engine harmonics are thrown off like that, it puts a lot of stress on the crankshaft, which is why we destroyed the bearings. On top of that, you have the longer the crankshaft, the more play and damage is going to happen, because you got to think it's a longer distance for harmonics to have to travel, and the crankshaft has more play in it. So destroyed the bearings. After it destroyed the bearings, it destroyed the oil pump. It's not RCM's fault that the oil pump broke. It's not Josh's fault that the oil pump broke, because somebody for some reason was like, Josh knew the oil pump broke on the dyno and he continued to send it. Like, no, there's no way we'd even know the oil pump broke on the dyno. But aside from that, when the flywheel moves around like that, throws off the crankshaft. The crankshaft then starts moving, which shattered the oil pump gears. That's the whole reason the oil pump gears are shattered. Now, in addition to that, what could have caused the flywheel bolts to back out is improper harmonics from the car running. Because we only had 5 out of 6 cylinders working 100%, remember cylinder 2 wasn't getting all the fuel, and I verified when I pulled the head off and I looked into the block, you can visually see that cylinder 2 wasn't getting as much fuel as all the other cylinders. The piston was darker, the connecting rod for cylinder 2 was black, it saw way more heat than it ever should have. The scoring on the cylinder walls is minimal, it's repairable, we just have to step up in piston size and we should be fine. But think about it like this, if you have a bowling ball spinning around your head, right? Every 120 degrees, you grab the bowling ball, you stop, and then it has to keep going again and pick up momentum. So when you're doing that, it goes like everything's spinning very fast, slows down, spins fast, slows down, spins fast, slows down, spins fast. You got to think about that. After a lot of revolutions, it's going to do damage, and it's going to cause a lot of vibration, harmonic, like disproportionate. I don't even know the word I'm trying to say right now. It throws everything off. That could have been a factor as to why the flywheel bolts backed out. I used red Loctite on there. I torqued them down, and they still backed out. So that flywheel issue and the cylinder issue were the main reasons for the engine grenading. Now on top of that, when we went to pull the cylinder heads off, Matt and I noticed something. All 6 or 4 of the center head studs were not as tight as they should have been. So with head stud torquing on something like this, what we're going to do this next iteration, next round, is after we put miles and we've heat cycled everything, we're going to take the engine back out of the STI, we're going to throw it back on an engine stand, we're going to take cams out, we're going to re-torque all of the head bolts, or all of the head studs I should say, to ensure that they all seat properly, because we torqued those 4 center bolts down to 150 foot-pounds. They're half-inch head studs, 150 foot-pounds on the center, 120 foot-pounds on the outside. The outside ones were all totally fine. They all felt like they were at 120 foot-pounds. The 4 inside ones did not. They felt like they were around like 80 to 90 foot-pounds, and that's guesstimating on that. So we've learned a lot from this iteration. We're going to take what we learned and apply it to the future stuff. But for now, I need to get the E85 out of this STI so that way it doesn't sit with stale fuel in it, and I can use that E85 in the WRX. So let's do that real quick. All right, so I was able to pull out about 6.5, 7 gallons of E85, and then also FedEx dropped off my lip for the WRX, so we're gonna throw that on real quick. It's an Icon Motorsports one. I'll link it down below for you guys if you want. It's like $70 lip. It'll get the job done for what I want on the WRX. I don't need a fancy lip. The car's low anyways. It'll probably destroy like a carbon fiber or CF lip potentially. Plus I just didn't want to spend a lot on a lip, so I'm gonna pull the bumper off this thing real quick and get this lip put on, and we're gonna keep gallivanting across our day. Alright, I needed a lip on the car. It looks way better with the front lip on there now. Now I need side skirts. It's getting there, one little piece at a time. I like the WRX. WRX is nice to work on because everything's just bolt on. There's not like hella custom stuff that we're doing on this thing. So that is all I've got for you guys on this one. Motor's pulled out of the STI. It's on its way to get repaired. It'll be back up to us. Like I said, the STI is going to the shop on Saturday and the Evo is coming here, so that way we can get the Evo going, because I really want to get the Evo running. So that way I at least have 2 running cars out of the 3 that I have. Having 2 down. But the majority of my running to non-running car ratio has not been right lately, so we're going to get it it fixed. We're gonna get it running. We're gonna get it good to go. So if you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be one of these corners, no idea which one I'll put it in quite yet, but with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.